Hey guys, this is Solution Podfic, and today we're going to be reading World's Finest Romance by Wander Under the Bridge 12. The summary is, you'd eat like broccoli pizza with mayonnaise? Yeah, if I was hungry, Cass said. Dynamite, Con said, because what else could you say to a girl who was that awesome? Con, Cass, the beginnings of love. Alright, and before we hop in, this one is technically 2 chapters, but it is just a little over 2K, so I'm just gonna read both of them together. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Con adjusted his shirt, popped his leather jacket, and slicked back his hair with one hand. He snapped the pocket mirror shut and slipped it into his bag. It was a cool, manly, totally awesome black tote bag, to match the totally awesome girlfriend he was about to meet. He sat on a bench, in a cool, manly, awesome way, and kept his ears tuned to the sound of footsteps. The park wasn't too crowded, a few families having picnics, some dogs prancing across the field, a couple eating ice cream. The girl pressed a kiss to the guy's cheek, giggling. Man, had he ever heard Cass giggle before? Did she even giggle? Was not giggling a bat requirement? Rob's laughed before, but that wasn't really giggling. Plus, when Con was around, Rob mostly seemed annoyed. Hello. Con jumped. Holy, how did you sneak up on me? Skill, Cass said. She was wearing a skirt, a lopsided belt, a short green shirt, and a leather jacket with the sleeves ripped off. Cloth wrapped around her arms, and her knee-high socks were neon pink. Whoa, Gon said. Your outfit. Weird? She asked, flushing. Yeah, but like, in a Cass way, which means it's super groovy, and you know, leather's always a good look. Cass smiled. You look weird too. In a Con way. Thank you, he said, grinning. Now let's get going. This is going to be the best date of your life. Of course. It's my first date. Wait, like your first date ever? Ever? Yes. Oh man. Con stood up, grabbing Cass's hands. Don't worry about it, babe. I'm going to make this the best first date in the history of first dates. In fact, they're going to talk about it forever. That's how good this first date is going to be. Cass gave his hands a squeeze, which, wow, was she really human? He suppressed a flinch and led her towards the park cafe, which Mrs. K had the best noodles in the whole of Smallville. Do you like noodles? Con asked. Me personally, I love all kinds of noodles. There's this Indonesian type that's super spicy, that's my favorite. But I also like dandan noodles and pasta. Pasta's a noodle, right? Or is it only the stringy pastas like spaghetti? Dunno, I like everything. What, like every noodle or every food? Food is food, all good, Cass said. You'd eat like broccoli pizza with mayonnaise? Yeah, if I was hungry. Dynamite, Con said, because what else could he say to a girl who was that awesome? They arrived at the cafe, a cute little place with sky blue walls and French windows. A man stood at the entrance, waving people in, his lip curled as they came up to him. Table for 2, please, Con said. The man peered down at him through his spectacles. Do you have a reservation? No? Then I'm afraid you have to come back later. We're full. Lie, Cass said. The man's eyebrow shot up. Excuse me? Lie, she repeated. You're lying. Well, I never. The man's face turned Superman cape red. That was a saying, okay? Did your parents not teach you any manners, young lady? They taught me to kill. The red was replaced with the pale white. Excuse me? Ha ha, my girlfriend loves jokes, Con said, tugging at Cass's arm. Come on, let's go somewhere else. There's lots of better noodle places around. Cass frowned as they walked away, shaking off his grip. Was she upset about the noodles, or, oh god, he'd said girlfriend. They were on their first date, and he'd called her his girlfriend. She was about to break up with him, wasn't she? Could you even break up before you started officially dating? I'm sorry, Con blurted out. I shouldn't have said girlfriend. It's just that you're so cool, and I can't believe you agreed to go on a date with me, 'cause I know I shouldn't have checked you out on the boat, but, you did look good. But I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Cass whacked him on the forehead, stunning him into silence. Con, she said. And man, his name sounded good on her voice. Stop. Girlfriend is fine. It is? We're on a date. We're girlfriends. Wow, Con said. Girlfriends. That's amazing. But if you're not upset about the girlfriend thing, what's wrong? Cass looked to the side, rubbing her arm. We have to go somewhere else. You really wanted those noodles. There are some noodle places around. I wasn't lying. No, I mean, You chose that place. I messed it up. Aw, it wasn't you. We were too cool for that place, obviously. But Cass hesitated. This is my first date. I don't know how to do this. Oh, Con said. He smiled. That's all right, Cass. I don't either. But we can figure it out together if you want. She smiled back. Yeah, I want that. He took her hand, and this time the squeeze was gentle. They walked through the park, the sun shining above them, all of his super senses concentrated on the warmth of her hand. In his experience, liking girls was usually complicated and painful, but sometimes it could be nice. Sometimes it could be really nice. Let's get some ice cream, he said. Mrs. K doesn't let me have ice cream for lunch, but you won't tell me, will you? Never, she said. I owe you. For what? Oh, you mean that time with Batman? It was the least I could do. She touched his cheek. No, it wasn't. They reached the end of the ice cream truck line, and Con was pretty sure he was redder than the guy at the cafe. He began to ramble. It wasn't fair of him to punish you anyway. He is all chum. I'm gonna be dark and brooding for no reason and be strict and serious, 'cause I have a permanent stick up my butt. I bet he doesn't even like ice cream, or he likes a boring basic flavor like chocolate or vanilla. Speaking of, what's your favorite flavor? Chocolate. Con sputtered. Oh, you're the opposite of boring, Bat Babe, and chocolate is a great flavor. Cass giggled. She grabbed Con's jacket, pulled him close, and planted a kiss on his cheek. Oh, he said, his brain blanked. He couldn't think of anything to say. That was okay, though, 'cause Cass didn't seem to mind. She looped her arm through his and laid her head on his shoulder. Next time, let's go somewhere fun, Cass said, like a carnival, with roller coasters. Next time? You really want that? Yeah, she said. Do you? Are you kidding? Con beamed. I wouldn't miss the best second date in history of second dates for anything. Con squinted at the banner reading the 7th Annual Smallville Fair in bright rainbow colors. Was this too bright and cheesy for a chick like Batgirl? She was probably expecting a much cooler fair than this. God, what was he thinking? She's gonna think he's a total chode. Hello. Gah! Con whirled around, coming face to face with the smiling Cass. I can't believe I let you sneak up on me again. Skill issue, she said. She strode forward, passing underneath the banner. Her eyes roved over the red and white striped stalls, vendors yelling their wares at the top of their lungs, the alpacas and pigs in the petting zoo, bumping their snouts against the picket fence, a man in a funky hat trying his hand at the ring toss, and a rickety yellow Ferris wheel creaking against the blue sky. I know this isn't the most gnarly joint, Con said, rubbing his neck. If it's too boring, I can... What's that? Cass pointed at the high striker. A burly man with tattoos stepped up, swung back the hammer, and crashed it down on the platform. The small rectangle whizzed upwards, but fell just short of the bell. It's a high striker, Con said. Basically, you hit the thing as hard as you can with the hammer, and try to make the rectangle thing hit the bell thing. It tests your strength. Of course, I can't do it, 'cause, you know. He flexed his arms. Half Kryptonian muscles. Unless you want me to do it, I'd knock the bell sky high for you, Bat Babe. Cass, unfortunately, wasn't listening to his chivalrous offer. Her eyes glittered as she rolled up her sleeves. Hold my bag, she said, shoving a neon green purse into his arms. She grabbed the hammer from a worker standing next to the high striker. He eyed her up and down, raising an eyebrow. You sure you can handle this, miss? The hammer's quite heavy. Don't worry, Con said, grinning. She's got it. Cass lifted the hammer, planted her right foot in the ground, and smashed down on the platform. The rectangle zoomed up and struck the bell, a loud gong echoing across the fairgrounds. Cass dropped the hammer and beamed at Con. I'm strong, she said. And beautiful, Con said. Man, you're just bodacious. The worker blinked, his jaw slacked. When he didn't say anything, Con shrugged and led Cass to a nearby food booth. He bought 2 corn dogs, handing one to Cass. She shoved the entire thing into her mouth. Whoa, Bat Babe, there's also a toothpick in there. She frowned and reached into her mouth, pulling out a wet toothpick. Oh. You gotta do it like this. He slid the toothpick out, tossed it into the bin, and swallowed the corn dog whole. See? Cass clapped, smiling. Impressive. Wait, really? Had he just impressed the Batgirl? Well, I'm a pretty impressive guy, you know. That's why I wear this. He tapped his chest. Brown shirt? Con looked down. Oh, shoot. I forgot I wasn't wearing my costume. Feels weird, Cass agreed, touching her cheek. Not having my mask on. Well, I like you without it. Red spread across her cheeks. Abruptly, she grabbed his hand and dragged him towards the ring toss booth. There, Cass won so many rounds they banned her from trying again, and Con walked away with an armful of stuffed animals. They spend the next hour giving the toys away to little kids, eating cotton candy, petting goats, and setting new records at the rodeo bull simulator. "Bet, babe," Con said as he knocked down another pyramid of cups. He knew to use his TK instead of his strength after the first time. "Pretty sure the guy's gonna ban us from this game soon. Wanna go somewhere else?" Cass pointed to the Ferris wheel. "There?" "Perfect. I'll show you the cooler way of riding on one of those," Con said, scooping up and launching into the air. The wind whipped around them as they soared through the sky. They flew towards the Ferris wheel, the yellow paint flaking off the frame. He put Cass down on top of one of the cabins, settling beside her. The cabin moved and creaked beneath them. "You ever been on a Ferris wheel before?" Con asked. "Never." "Mr. and Mrs. K took me once," Con said. "It was pretty small in there. But the view's pretty nifty. Not as nifty as up here, though." "The kids are like your parents?" Con lifted a shoulder. "I mean, I don't know. I've never had parents. I don't know what it's like." "Nightwing says it's good. He says it's supposed to be." "What's the first thing you'd do?" Con asked. "If you had good parents." Cass looked down. "I would hug them, I think. Hold them. You?" "Same, probably. And I'd want to go someplace with them. Maybe a fair like this one. We'd eat corn dogs together and count candy. And my dad would do the rodeo, and my mom would pay for the pass into the House of Mirrors. And we'd end the day on the Ferris wheel." Con took a breath. "That's not too cheesy, is it?" "No. No cheese." The cabin climbed higher until they were nearly at the top. Con looked at Cass at the bit of cotton candy still on her cheek. "Sorry there wasn't any roller coasters here or anything. Could have been more of a rad date, and I could be more rad of a girlfriend, probably." Cass shook her head. "You're the most rad. The raddest." "Thanks," Con said, flushing. "You're totally groovy, too." She smiled, and he smiled, and then they were leaning forward, and then they were kissing, and it was the best, most radical, most awesome kiss in the history of kisses. Alright, guys, and that is the end of World's Finest Romance by Water Under the Bridge 12. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next video.